The New York Knicks could very well lock up home court advantage going into the playoffs. And that's pretty crazy to say because I would think they have surpassed all of our expectations, even Knicks fans. Because going into the season, a lot of people are saying, Jalen Brunson, overpay, Julius Randle, overpaid. But when we look at this team, they've been solidifying themselves as a real threat in the Eastern Conference. They're currently fifth in the East. They've been one of the hottest teams in the league as of late, with exception to yesterday because they did lose to a bad Charlotte Hornets team. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Knicks as a whole. And before that, they were on a 9-game win streak. They had one of the best offenses and defenses in the league after All-Star break. They were 6-0. 6-1 now, but 6-0 before that loss. This Knicks team, they're fifth in the East, like I said. And they're only a couple of games back from being the fourth seed. And the way their momentum is going, the way they've been playing, it could very well happen that they become a fourth seed. But if the season really ended today, and they played against the Cavs in a 7-game series, that's going to be a bloodbath. Those are two tough teams. And it'll be a really good matchup. I think it will be probably one of the most competitive series in the first round, maybe even the playoffs. So that would be a fun one if the season ended today. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, the New York Knicks, they have a great overall team. But let's give some flowers to their top two players, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, because both are playing at an all-star level, even though only one of them played in the all-star game with Julius Randle. And both of them are playing at an all-NBA level. Let's first talk about Julius Randle. Let's give him his flowers, because if I had to describe him with one word, I would say cojones. Julius Randle has some cojones, man. I mean, that's the only way to say it. And, with the way he plays and where he's coming from, talking about last year and how bad of a year he had last year, you got to have that, irrational confidence that he has. He had that all-NBA, all-star year in 2020, 2021. Then he took a dip, and that contract looked horrendous to the Knicks. Knicks fans were hating on him. He was hating on Knicks fans. Pretty sure the New York Knicks front office was regretting giving him that bag. But now, look at him now. He is having a great year, and he's having a better year than his all-star, all-NBA year last year. On the year, he's averaging 25.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, 4.1 assists on 46.5 from the field, 35.3 from 3, and 76% from the free throw line on 58.8 true shooting, which is better efficiency than his all-NBA, all-star year. He has been going on a tear since all-star break, with the exception, like I said, of last game against the Hornets. But in that 6-game stretch after the all-star break, he was averaging 32 points, 7 rebounds, and 4.3 assists on 53.5% from the field, 47.8% from 3, and 80% from the free throw line. The biggest games he had in that stretch, he had 46 points on the Wizards with 7 threes. And then against the Heat, he had 43 points with 8 threes. And he had that game winner. And we got to hear that rare double bang from Mike Breen. That's how special Julius Randle has been this year.
Bang! Bang! Randle knocks down the...
We got to hear that double bang from Mike Breen. I'm pretty sure the last time we heard that was when Steph Curry had that half-court shot on OKC in 2016. Also on Julius Randle, he is the only player in the NBA who was top 5 in both points and rebounds. And we don't know Julius Randle, or we don't regard Julius Randle as a knockdown three-point shooter, even though he's shooting it good this year. But not only was he selected to be in the three-point contest, and like I said, cojones, man. When you talk about the three-point contest, you're only really seeing players who specialize in three-point shooting in that contest. And we don't know Julius Randle as a guy who's a three-point specialist. Yes, he wasn't the best. He was kind of bad. But he wasn't the worst. I'm pretty sure Kevin Herter, who is an actual three-point specialist, had less points than him. So shout out to Julius Randle. But yeah, also on that, he is 9th in the league in total three-pointers made. And he's 47 three-pointers away from breaking the Knicks record for total threes in a season, which is held by Evan Fournier. When we talk about offensively, he can finish the ball. He has the mid-post. A lot of his shots coming off the jab. He loves the jab. loves pump faking. I'm surprised when he was in the 3-point contest, he didn't throw up a little pump fake before he was shooting a 3, you know. But he's a very tough shot maker. I mean, you know, like I said, some nights he will not be the most efficient player, you know. And we talk about last year, his true shooting was like 50%. You know, his efficiency was very bad. The way he plays, the tough shot making, the irrational confidence, it does lead to bad efficiency with Julius Randle. But you gotta love him this year. You know, he's a tough shot maker. You know, your best player, your top scorer, has to have that type of irrational confidence, has to be able to make those tough shots. So Julius Randle has been one of the best offensive weapons throughout the year. You know, another thing with Julius Randle is, you know, he's been a workhorse for this team. You know, he's been available, and you know what they say, availability is the best ability, and he has played the second most minutes on the season. And a lot of why Julius Randle has been playing well this year is because of Jalen Brunson. You know, he's been opening it up for him, opening it up for all the other guys on the team, getting them good looks and good opportunities. And obviously Jalen Brunson didn't make the All-Star game this year, but it could be one of those cases where Jalen Brunson, although he doesn't make the All-Star game, he could make All-NBA. You know, I think he's going to get some votes. If he doesn't make it, he's going to get some votes because he's been playing really well. He's been playing as one of the best point guards in the league. And I saw this interesting stat with Jalen Brunson. This is a list of players averaging at least 23 points per game, 5 assists per game on 40% from 3. Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson, that's it. That's how good of a year he's been having. And also, Jalen Brunson has the second highest field goal percentage on isolation plays this season, behind the one and only Kyrie Irving, who's the king in ISO. And with this, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle have honestly been one of the best dynamic duos in the NBA this year, especially in the new year. They're both top 10 in scoring, with Julius Randle at number 3 and Jalen Brunson at number 7. But when we look at the other players, I think a very underrated trade that happened is Josh Hart. You know, he's been very productive for this team. He's been shooting it well, provides defense, rebounding. He's averaging 11.2 points and 6 rebounds. You know, I don't think this is going to sustain, but he's been shooting 61.5% from the field and 61% from 3 this season. You know, that's elite efficiency, but, you know, it's going to dip. But regardless, you know, he's been shooting the ball well and giving it to you on both ends of the floor. And also, Immanuel Quickley. You know, he's been more consistent in the new year, and he's emerged as the favorite for the 6th man of the year. I mean, literally. You know, yeah, he had a big game against the Celtics, having 38 points, playing a whopping 55 minutes. You know, he's been giving them good scoring and good playmaking off the bench. And also, RJ Barrett, you know, he's been looking a lot better since All-Star break. You know, people been having their comments, negative comments specifically about RJ Barrett, but, you know, he's been getting better. You know, he's been shooting the ball better, giving you better defense too as well. But yeah, this Knicks team, you know, like I said, they're solidifying themselves in the Eastern Conference. They're going to be a threat. Contenders, I don't want to throw contenders loosely like that, but there's possibility that, you know, maybe they even make it out the first round, make it to the semifinals, do some damage in the playoffs. But if they do end up playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers, it's gonna be a fun 7 games. I'm saying it's going to 7 games. You know, when I was looking at Tankathon at strength of schedule, they have the 12th easiest schedule, going the rest of the way. So there's definitely a possibility for this team to continue to build momentum and secure that home court advantage. I don't know if y'all saw the shirt, New York Knicks fans. You know, I've been loving how the Knicks have been playing this year. We'll see how they end. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys in this video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like, subscribe, comment what you think about the New York Knicks. Can they secure home court advantage? Will they drop? Are they just hot? Will they stay in place? Let me know down below. But like I always say in my videos, my first name is Emilio, but my middle name is Lawrence, and I like hoops. If you like hoops too, subscribe to it too. Until next time, peace.